I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we're going to explore some of the most intriguing and thought-provoking topics from Jim Marrs' book, Above Top Secret: Uncover the Mysteries of the Digital Age. So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's get started. Let's kick things off with a topic that has captured the imagination of millions and sparked countless debates: the events of September 11th, 2001. Now, I know this is a sensitive subject, but it's one that demands our attention. According to a 2007 Scripps Howard News Service poll, nearly two-thirds of respondents believed that some federal officials had specific warnings of the 9/11 attacks yet did nothing to prevent them. Even more striking, a 2006 MSNBC poll found that 58% of respondents believed there was evidence that the U.S. government was involved in the attacks. That's a staggering number, and it suggests that a significant portion of the population is open to the idea that 9/11 was not just a tragic event, but a contrived one. Now, let's talk about the war game exercises that were happening on the morning of September 11th. Initially denied and labeled as Internet rumors, these exercises were later acknowledged by National Security Council counterterrorism chief Richard A. Clarke. In his book, Against All Enemies, Clarke revealed that when he contacted the acting chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Richard Myers, to see if any interceptors had been launched, Myers responded, "We're in the middle of Vigilant Warrior, a NORAD exercise." This revelation raises serious questions about whether these exercises played a role in confusing the U.S. defense system's response. But that's not all. Army Sergeant Lauro L.J. Chavez, who participated in the War Games exercises, dropped several bombshells. He noted that Vice President Dick Cheney had taken command of NORAD just weeks before 9/11, and that the exercises included a scenario where a hijacked commercial airliner was crashed into one of the World Trade Center towers. Chavez also mentioned inputs on radar screens that created confusion about what was real, and a stand-down order issued by Cheney to jet interceptors. These revelations are nothing short of astonishing and demand further investigation. And then there are the discrepancies surrounding the hijackers themselves. At least 7 of the 19 hijackers, named by the FBI, turned up alive in the Middle East after 9/11. For instance, Abdulaziz Al-Omari, a Saudi, stated his passport was stolen while traveling through Denver. Saeed Al-Ghamdi, a Saudi Airlines pilot, was shocked and furious to be named as a hijacker. These stories, vouched for by the Saudi Arabian embassy and its foreign minister, were well covered in the European media, but have never been mentioned by America's mainstream media. Now, let's talk about Al-Qaeda, officially named as the prime suspect behind the attacks. According to Robin Cook, Britain's foreign secretary from 1997 to 2001, Al-Qaeda is a CIA creation. Its name, which literally means the base, actually refers to the CIA's computer database of Arab mercenaries and fanatics. This raises questions about the true origins of the group and its role in the 9/11 attacks. And what about the destruction of the World Trade Center towers? The official account claims that the towers collapsed due to the heat generated by jet fuel, causing structural steel to melt or bend. However, critics point out that jet fuel burns at around 1,517 degrees Fahrenheit, while the melting point of structural steel is approximately 2,750 degrees. This discrepancy has led many to question the official narrative. Then there's the mysterious collapse of World Trade Center Building 7, a 47-story skyscraper that collapsed at around 5:25 p.m. on September 11th, 2001. Despite not being hit by an airplane, it collapsed symmetrically into its own footprint. FEMA's report could only speculate that the loss of structural integrity was likely due to fires, but admitted that the best hypothesis has only a low probability of occurrence. Adding to the mystery, the BBC announced the collapse of the building more than 20 minutes before it actually happened. And let's not forget the anthrax attacks that followed 9/11. The FBI's Chief of Investigative Publicity, Rex Toom, confirmed in 2006 that the FBI had no hard evidence connecting Osama bin Laden to September 11th. This revelation, coupled with the fact that the anthrax used in the attacks was traced back to a U.S. military lab, has led some to believe that the attacks were an inside job. The controversy over the truth of the September 11th attacks is far from over. As we continue to uncover new information and question the official narrative, it's clear that there's much more to the story than meets the eye. The growing 9/11 truth movement, joined by many of the victims' families, remains divided between those who believe the attacks were allowed to happen and those who believe they were made to happen. As we delve deeper into these mysteries, it's important to remember that the truth is often elusive and that critical thinking is essential. We must be willing to question everything and seek out evidence that supports or refutes the claims being made. Only then can we hope to uncover the truth. Next, let's talk about the concept of peak oil and the idea that the world is running out of oil. According to Dr. Colin Campbell, a leading oil expert, humankind has reached peak oil, the maximum rate of oil production. However, not everyone agrees with this assessment. Critics argue that new technologies and alternative energy sources could extend the life of oil reserves, and that the concept of peak oil is flawed. And then there's the theory that oil is not a fossil fuel at all, but rather a product of natural processes deep within the earth. Dr. Thomas Gold, an Austrian astrophysicist, proposed this idea in his book, The Deep Hot Biosphere. He argued that oil is created from underground methane sources that feed a vast subterranean biosphere of bacteria, which in turn produce the hydrocarbons of coal, oil, and gas. This theory challenges the conventional wisdom that oil is a finite resource and suggests that the Earth's oil reserves may be much larger than previously thought. If true, this could have profound implications for the global economy and the future of energy production. Finally, let's touch on the subject of UFOs and the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The Stephenville sightings in Texas in 2008, where dozens of residents reported seeing UFOs, garnered international attention and sparked a flurry of speculation. The U.S. Air Force initially denied any involvement, but later admitted that 10 F-16 fighters were in the area conducting training flights. This shifting story has led many to question the official explanation and to wonder if there's more to the story. And then there's the case of the drones, the unmanned aerial vehicles that have been spotted across the United States. Some believe these drones are part of a secret government program, while others think they might be of extraterrestrial origin. The controversy surrounding these sightings continues to grow, with no clear answers in sight. As we explore these mysteries, it's important to approach them with an open mind and a healthy dose of skepticism. The truth is often elusive, and the line between fact and fiction can be blurry. But by asking questions, seeking out evidence, and engaging in critical thinking, we can begin to unravel the complexities of the world around us. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. I hope this episode has left you with more questions than answers and inspired you to dig deeper into these fascinating topics. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. And don't forget to check out the show notes for more information and resources. Until next time, keep learning and keep questioning.
This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book Above Top Secret, Uncover the Mysteries of the Digital Age by Jim Marrs. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.